How did you use new media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? Web 2.0 was the second stage of development of the Internet. This development was characterised by the change from static web pages to dynamic user-generated content and the growth of social media. In more simplified terms, this advancement changed us as users from consumers to prosumers, meaning instead of simply consuming information on a screen, we are now able to play an active part in contributing to media on the Internet using an array of software. It has allowed the general public to access media editing content to create their own amateur work. This could be anything from films, music, photography, blogs, podcasts, etc., which can be researched, promoted and distributed through media platforms such as YouTube and Blogger. Web 2.0 has also led to advances in technological devices which are now sold by media companies to the general public at affordable prices. For example, high-tech cameras and microphones in order to allow us to create online media content to a high, almost professional standard. In relation to my media work at college, Web 2.0 has meant this year myself and my peers have been able to create our own media products in the form of a magazine cover, film poster and a film trailer. The media technologies I use specifically for the creation of my main product for my media coursework has been predominantly Photoshop and Premiere Pro. These are advanced editing softwares that have allowed me to create different media formats. I use Photoshop to produce both my film magazine cover and horror film poster to go alongside my horror film trailer, as part of the teaser and distribution campaign. Both of these products have to keep in theme with my film, this being an apocalyptic zombie slasher. Photoshop has allowed me to develop both my magazine cover and film poster by keeping to this horror theme to a high and effective standard. This year I did not really encounter any problems with Photoshop due to using it for similar pieces of coursework last year, which allowed me to develop the skills I'd previously learned. As for my trailer itself, myself and my group used Premiere Pro, specifically for the production of movies and videos. This software is slightly more advanced and was a lot trickier to use, but again the standard of the software and the editing tools it possessed allowed us to create an effective and professionally formatted horror film trailer. Myself and my group were all new to this particular software this year, so to begin with we had difficulty navigating ourselves around this software. However, I now feel, although we still aren't 100% confident with Premiere Pro, we collectively have enough experience to create an effective trailer. The device on which we used this software was a Mac computer. Macs are known for being more advanced than normal Dell computers, so are better to use for projects such as ours due to its speed and efficiency, making editing a lot easier. Navigating ourselves around the Mac computers was not so difficult due to all of us having a Mac at home, so familiar with its layout. To create the trailer itself on Premiere Pro, we needed to shoot and record visual and audio content along with the guidance of our storyboards we had created beforehand. The equipment we used included handheld video cameras, extendable tripods, microphones, boom mics and our own high-tech camera. For the majority of the filming we used a handheld Panasonic HCV 500 camera. This was simple to use and we easily found the footage to watch after recording to make sure we had everything we needed. We used this camera with a tripod when appropriate to achieve the different camera angles and shots for our trailer, as well as to make sure the shots were consistent and steady. When recording out of college, we also used Sean's camera, which is a Nikon S9900. This was to take extra footage and professional standard images to use on our horror posters and magazine covers. Again, we did not really come across any issues with the cameras or the tripod during production, due to us already being shown by the college teachers and technicians, as well as some of us already having experience with this type of equipment. We also had to use a microphone to do voiceovers and narration for our trailer. This was to ensure all speech throughout the trailer is loud and clear enough for the audience to understand. We used microphones alongside the filming due to uncontrollable outside noises affecting the clarity of the audio on the handheld cameras. During production we used two microphones. One was a boom mic to record, but also to be used in the filming of our trailer. The second, which we used the majority of the time, was a O2 Zoom H2N handy recorder. We were shown how to use both microphones, again by our teachers and the technicians. Both were relatively simple in their use and gave us no problems. All of the recordings from the camera and microphones were on a removable SD card. This allowed us to record or shoot footage and move them onto our Mac computer ready to be edited into the trailer. It again was quite simple to move footage from the card onto the computer. However, sometimes if we did not copy our footage correctly onto the computer, it would be lost when we would next log on, as it could not be located. We came across this problem on a few occasions, which meant we had to re-record. The media technologies that helped specifically with the research and planning of my media products were applications such as YouTube, where I was able to analyse and learn the normal conventions of horror film trailers and to find examples of trailers specific to the theme of our chosen subgenre of horror for our own trailer. Due to myself and my group being avid users of YouTube, this website was easy for us to use. Another media application that was useful in the planning and research was Blogger. Using this site, we were able to access our teacher's A2 media blog filled with the content of the course, as well as any extra information for each set task, all in one accessible place. Blogger also allowed myself and my peers to create our blogs, to which we were able to upload each completed task, allowing our teacher to monitor our progress and make sure all tasks were being completed. Google is also another extremely useful application, which allowed me to view examples of horror film posters and to find information and research set tasks. This again is a site very simple to navigate yourself around, so cause no problems during research and planning. Microsoft Office Word allowed me to type up plans and evaluations for my coursework, which I saved as JPEGs and put straight onto Blogger or turned into a Flipsnack presentation. Flipsnack allowed me to portray my different presentation skills. It also adds diversity to my blog, making it a lot more aesthetically pleasing and less repetitive. Another publishing application I use is Prezi, which I use for similar reasons, as well as it making my work look more effective and professional. Due to using all of these applications last year for AS Media coursework, I was very familiar with their layouts and with how to upload pieces of work and or to create pieces. All of the technologies used throughout the duration of my A2 Media coursework have been vital in helping me to achieve a good grade. I have been provided with professional standard equipment and shown how to use more advanced tools for the planning and creation of my work. Due to this, I feel I've been able to develop high standard professional looking magazines, posters and a film trailer that would not have been possible with amateur software or equipment.